Congrats on being first. Hello, hello. Sorry, let me just set up a workspace for a bit. Alright. Let's start. Let's start. Today is day 4 of studies. Doing studies like this is kind of fun. Isn't it kind of late where you are, Stumble? It is. It's time to go to bed. Finishing my page for the day, I see. Behind 4 pages, must have been because of your iPad issue, right? I hope you finish it soon. It should be well, I can't say it should be easy because I know how I know how making manga pages are like, and they're not easy, but like, yeah, well, if you lock in, if you lock in, I guess it's fine, right? Let me tell you OC's lore. Okay, sure. Share me. Share me some OC lore.
My cousin's wife's yoga kaki save a
Love
lot,
me
you
some
know.
good
Book
OC
flights
lore.
with great deals from Singapore to anywhere with Agoda.
Oh, you mean tell you my OC's lore? Okay. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. Oh, it's a long story. I've shared this on stream like 2 times already, and both times they were like, it took like 2-3 hours for me to finish. I basically have like a world built for them. Hello Ice Bear, welcome back to the stream. How about I ask questions and say yep. Go ahead. I think that works better because like every time I talk about my OC, I just spiral into like a ramble for like 2 hours. What's your OC's name? Her name is Seri. Serion Audric. She is short. She is 4'9", kind of short. I don't even know if she's 4'9". She's like 149 cm. I don't know what that translates to in feet. What's her goal? Her goal is to be recognized by her ex Patreon. Not exactly ex. Okay, it's a bit complicated. So she used to serve like this devil because they formed a pact when they were young. So when she was around like 8 years old, she formed a pact with the devil because she she was going through some immense trauma. I wouldn't say trauma, but like going through some intensive emotions during that period of her life, which then allowed the devil to find her, and then they made a pact. And ever since then, like she has been serving the devil for her entire life. But like all she wanted was to make him proud. But he's just, you know, the devil being the devil. He doesn't really care about anyone in general. But like she wants to be recognized for her efforts and stuff like that. Yeah, but like there isn't just one devil. There's like multiple devils in my world. Yeah. There's like, okay, so there's a total of like 9 devils, 10 maybe, like in the hell realm. So then all of them possess like different types of specialty in their prowess and stuff like that. Then so all of them used to be like gods. So devils in my world were not like born as devils. They were born as gods first, and then they fell to devilhood. So then usually they have a goal of their own, either to overthrow the gods, to just fuck around, or whatever, you know. So they're just doing their own thing, minding their own business. And then there are different types of gods as well. Gods of wisdom, god of time and divination, god of maidens and stuff like that. Yeah, so there's like multiple different types of gods and devils. There are devils of temptations, devil of manipulation, stuff like that. What's stopping her from achieving that goal? That was kind of a dig, I guess. He is not letting her have the satisfaction of serving him, I guess. Like he's just not satisfied. Like I wouldn't say he's not satisfied. He's pretty satisfied with the amount of work she does. It's just that he kind of expects it to be like that, you know. So like she goes around harvesting souls from people, but she doesn't feel good about it because she is after all she is still a good character, or at least she tries to be, but she doesn't feel good about harvesting souls from people. So then when she eventually changed the way she approaches harvesting souls, she targets like criminals and evildoers to harvest those souls. So then that decreases the amount of souls she harvests, and it's not particularly up to standard with the devil's expectations. So that's why the devil is kind of like, you're not doing a good job, you know. So it's like she's not being recognized for her efforts, even though she is trying her best. Like she has she's just a bit conflicted about all of this. Like she wants to serve him, but at the same time she doesn't feel good doing it. But she is still very loyal to him in the end. To get to where they are in their relationship, it's like a long ass story, because after all, I mean, they're not endgame or anything. But they do go through like some sort of events, like multiple events. But again, they are side characters, so I didn't really like build too much for them. I did set like a start and end for them already. It's just that when I want to talk about it, it's just gonna be like 2 hours long. And I also have a world build and stuff. They're not main characters. The main characters are completely different people. Her character arc, what she goes through in her journey, she basically I wouldn't say betray this devil, but like because he was the one that threw her aside first. He was like, you're not exactly doing a good job, so he cut off all contact with her. But she was still bound to his to the pact, right? Her soul was still belonged to him, so she couldn't do anything about that. So then she met like a mentor that was like serving another goddess. So she trained under him and changed like her faith to that goddess instead. And then because of that, the devil isn't exactly too happy about it, because he's like, first of all, you're supposed to serve me. And it's like, and then afterwards he told her like, me cutting off communications with you is not a sign for you to go look for other gods. It's for you to do better, right? So, but then she's like, I fuck you. You know, they go through some sort of like enemy arc, like when she's no longer like serving him devotedly and stuff like that. Then so they go through like this whole push and pull kind of thing. So that he tries to, because he saw that her patron, the devil, saw that she was like in servitude to another god, another goddess, and then he was kind of like, damn, I wish she, you know, she could come back because I want her to do work for me. So he's like trying to get her back afterwards. So then they go through like this whole push and pull thing where he's like constantly out on the hunt, trying to get her, like trying to get his minions to capture her, but then like she's like dodging him because after all she doesn't really want to exactly harm him. She just wants him out of her life because serving under someone for so long, you would still have some sort of like reverence for them, and you wouldn't want any harm to come to that person as well. So she's going through like this very conflicted feelings sort of thing. 'Cause another fact is that she also is
YouTube
like
Premium
in
is
love
at free
with
YouTube.
the devil.
And
Unfortunately,
exclusive
because she's
access to
stupid,
all
I
things
made her that
VIP.
way.
So you can superfan from your sofa.
So
YouTube Premium. It's way more than ad-free.
she's
Try
going
watch
through
one
that
free of
whole
charge.
struggle of like, I don't want to hurt him, I don't want to how do I put it? She doesn't really want to go against him. She just wants to avoid him and just try not to see him because, yeah, I feel that low. Yeah, so my bad. Sorry, I gotta get a drink. Okay, so her being like, she doesn't want to go against the devil and stuff like that, so she's just been avoiding him. So then one day the devil managed to get hold of her, but then he also captured like her mentor in the process, and then like he was like, you know, you either kill him, come back to my service, or you both die, you know. Here, just the devil doing devil things. So then she has like basically no choice, right? And her mentor was also like, you know what, better one than the both of us, right? And plus, if she dies, her soul gets like goes to him, and she doesn't exactly want her soul to be bound to him because she knows that there are a lot of things that he could do with her soul, like bringing her back to life and bringing her into all the dirty work that she has been avoiding, so she would be like a puppet entirely, and she doesn't want that. So she had no choice but to kill her mentor. So he basically made her kill her mentor in front of him, and that was when she was like, okay, she has to do something about this whole situation, because yeah, I mean, he's kind of being like a dick, right? So well, this was the devil's mistake because he didn't exactly cut off her communication with. Oh no, he let her roam on Earth. So then because of that, she had free will to contact whoever they want. I mean, she wants. So she contacted like the goddess that she changed her faith to. So then she managed to get into contact with her, and then of course the goddess is pissed as well because that was one of her most favored followers, and she was like, you know what, yeah, go get him. And then she provided her some tools to go against the devil. So then she was basically just playing as like a spy. Not exactly like a spy, but like a double agent sort of thing. Trying to be in like favor of the devil again, but at the same time she also is like trying to take him down at the same time. I love putting my OCs through trauma. Me too. They have unnecessary trauma, but like it builds character. It makes them why they are today. So then, like, the whole reason why she is like, so she is like this sort of like stoic expression, not exactly expressionless, but kind of like a very stoic and stern kind of character because of her childhood. So to explain more about her childhood, and like I have to talk about the world for a little bit, because in a past long ago, hold on, here is too big. Alright, so in the past, when like in current times, it's their past is our kind of like present kind of thing. So everyone was human, yeah. But then scientists discovered some planet over like out in the galaxy, and then they were like, oh, let's study this planet. And then by like they already have like technology to travel to other planets and stuff like that. So when they travel to other planets and stuff, they managed to find out that this planet had properties that would be resourceful to humankind.
YouTube Premium.
So then
Videos and music ad-free.
they
One
named
subscription,
the planet
2 apps. Try
Imitar,
it free of
which
charge.
is like a rock imitation, right? Planet of imitation, because the stones and the debris and all the stuff that is from that planet is able to mimic properties on Earth. So it's like the closer the rocks or whatever it is that they picked up from that planet, and then they bring it over to Earth, that particular rock or whatever debris they brought back, that thing is able to mimic whatever properties Earth has. So like let's say if you put it near a fire, like it would start to mimic fire, then it will become like a burning rock. Or if you put it near ice, it will become like an ice rock kind of thing. So then they found this very resourceful, so they decided that they want to harvest more from this planet. So then research starts going more in depth, and they decided, what if we put this into humans? Like, what if we made humans like with this infuse this with humans, like. So then that's how the whole experiment came about, where they were like, where they start to put the rocks into humans and then like put them near animals and stuff like that. So then there were humans that could mimic like animal properties. So they have like fangs and claws and stuff like that. So they have. So there is the whole there are 12 characters in my world that are like similar to like the Zodiac, right? The rat, the tiger, the ox, rabbit, dragon, stuff like that. All different kinds of animals, and the humans have, these 12 humans have like properties similar to it. So then but then it sounds like homunculus, yeah. So but then the experiment goes wrong, and the humans that went through this experiment, they couldn't exactly last. Their bodies couldn't last. Like they just started malfunctioning. So to preserve them, because they were still resourceful, because their body is powering the rock now, right? So then they literally became like human batteries. So they put them in a tank and then they used it to power their stuff. So it's kind of messed up. So then those 12 people are like enslaved and caged up and like put in like a water tank and to be used as human batteries. So then these allowed like the researchers to continue abusing their power to do different sort of experiment, right? Then fast forward to these days, they managed to find a way to how do I put this? Okay, I don't want to spoil too much, but you know what? At this rate, I'm just spoiling everyone anyway because this is something I want to write. But like, so the first dude that was part of the experiment, I call him One because he's like the first one, so he's in his experiment 1. Because he's basically, all of them, they are like human batteries, right? And their powers are basically like incubated and growing every single day. He basically called on the power to the planet itself. So he had a connection with the planet, and then he pulled a part of the planet down onto Earth, and that's how, like, there was like a meteor strike that struck Earth, and then the Earth just went boom, and then but then the thing is, because there's a huge part of that planet, part of Earth now, it basically changed Earth. So everyone that were afflicted with the essence of that planet started mutating. That's why a lot of my characters, they have like elf ears, they have the devil horns, they have like, basically they can look like anything. They can even be like humans that have like rock properties or like wood textures and stuff like that. So that's how this group of humans came about, where
YouTube Premium. Videos and music ad-free. One subscription,
their
2 apps. Try it
appearances
free of
will look
charge.
different. So I have characters that look like elves, characters that looks like devils, and characters that looks like rocks, characters that look like, you know, just basically whatever fantasy character that are like it probably exists. So then they call this group of people, the new group of people, they call them Imitarians. And then there are also a group of people who didn't mutate, and they are called the pure humans. They call themselves the pure humans. Then, so the thing is, she grew up in a town, like a small village of pure humans, and she was heavily discriminated against them because they feel like they were the OG human race, right? So they're like, you know what, you suck, right? Like you guys are just like not pure anymore. You guys are like afflicted with like a curse and stuff like that. They're all just being high and mighty for the sake of being elitist, because like that's just human nature, right? So then, because of that, her and her twin brother and one of her childhood friends, 3 of them were they were basically half-bred. Like their mom is a Imitarian and the dad is like a pure human. But for both of their families, like a childhood friend and her brother. So then they found like a connection, they became friends. So her best friend is actually the main character of the story. She's a side character. So then But I decided to like dwell more on her story first because I kind of like her character design more than the main character. Let me show you the main character. Where is he? Where is he? I haven't drawn him in so long. Yeah, this is the best friend. This is her best friend. All the love, but she's a side character. Give this woman a spin-off show. Yeah, for real. Like all this love, but she's a side character, right? Then this is the main character. This guy, he is the main character of the show. His name is Xenius. Xenius Owen. It's like he is the main character. This one, the side character. But I like drawing her. I like drawing her so much. I gave her lore. But Zen also, yeah, Zen is pretty chill dude. It's a very good boy. Very nice. What do you mean for real? You're the creator. Make it now. No, I'm still. The thing is, I'm still writing the story. Yeah, I'm still writing the story. So then they were her brother and this main character. The three of them were like discriminated in this small little village of like pure humans. So then they basically go through like a lot of trauma, like not exactly trauma, but like they face a lot of discrimination, a lot of bullying, a lot of harassment every single day of their life, to the point where her twin brother, because her twin brother looks like a girl. Let me whip out a picture of her twin brother. I'm pretty sure I drew him somewhere. Where is it? Where is he? Yeah. There we go. This is her twin brother. But this is like old concept. I just wanted to draw them in like modern clothes. So this is her twin brother. His name is Sephion. This is also old concept. It was when I was playing D&Ds and I wanted to make like a sorcerer kind of character, sorcerer Asima, but I changed him. I changed him up. But he basically looks like this. He looks like a girl, like just with short hair. So then he's he's my favorite character. I stand. He goes through a very okay. I can give you a lore of him later after I'm done with Seri. So then Seth the villagers basically saw Seth and they were like, you know, they're not pure humans. Let's bully them. Let's harass them even more. Let's make them go through even more trauma, right? So they go and you know, attempt to SA him, and then but then like Seri managed to be there at the scene at the time. So then when she saw that, that's when like her rage was just over like everything. Okay, but so the thing is they didn't exactly SA him yet. He was like they were basically like on the verge of going to, because they were like ripping off his clothes and stuff, and it was just a bunch of like crazy perverted old men. And that's when when Seri saw that, and then she just went crazy. Her rage just reached like the devil and stuff, and that's when she go back 20 seconds. Well, okay. Go back 20 seconds. All right. So, they didn't exactly SA him. It was just like they were just going to SA him. They were like ripping off his clothes and stuff like that, and like just trying to be perverted and stuff. And then the thing is, Seri saw this, and then she walked in, and then she saw this. That's when like her emotions like just exploded, like her anger just exploded. And then it reached the devil, and that's how like the devil found her, and that's how she signed a pact with the devil. She got powers, and then she basically, in her fit of rage, she burned down everything. She burned down the whole village, like basically committed like arson on every single person, even her brother, even Zen, everyone. So in the midst of her rage, she forgot that her brother and Zen was there, and then she basically just kind of left the scene. But she has the guilt of like, oh shit, I killed my brother. You know, I killed my brother. I don't know my best friend is still alive, kind of thing. So she has been having that guilt for over like 20 something years, 10, 20 something years. And that's why the only person she has is the devil for her, and she's constantly trying to make him proud so that she could so that he could acknowledge her, but and then give her like some sort of like attention and love and acknowledgement. But he's the devil being the devil. He's like, I have bigger things to tend to, right? Rather than your small little relationship. You know, I don't want to care about you and your little dolls relationship and stuff like that. So he basically doesn't really care about her, and then she's kind of like sad and dejected that he doesn't really pay much attention to her. So she commits murders and arson and stuff like that to try to get his acknowledgement and attention. And he's like, it's like, yeah, I appreciate the good work, you know, you're doing good work. And then he doesn't go any more than that. It's like he's trying to keep the relationship professional, but she's like, give me attention, and he's like, no, you're doing well. So it's like you're working, and then you have your boss, you know, you want your boss's attention. You kind of have a crush on your boss, but your boss is like, no, you're doing a good job, right? Work harder. Yeah, so yeah, that's like the first half of her lore basically. And then after she goes through like a sort of like a bunch of events with the whole mentor thing and stuff like that. That's when she decided that she didn't wanna. It's not that she doesn't want to serve him anymore. It's just that she kind of found purpose in living again. So then, like when she tries to claim that life, the devil just had to interfere again. Which is kind of, you know, it's kind of annoying because it's like, oh, you finally found something to do, and then the devil comes in and is, oh, actually, you know, I need you to do this for me. It's like when you take a vacay, like a day off from work, yeah. Take a day off from work, and then your boss messages you on your off day and like, hey, you know, actually I need you in the office, like, can you come back? So that's like, yeah, that's the relationship with them. So to continue on from this, they eventually she got like a sort of like a magical weapon from her new faith, the goddess. The goddess name is Ravonna, and the devil's name is Mephistopheles actually. Yeah. So Ravonna gave her powers, like not powers, but a weapon, like to take down Mephistopheles. Like she actually asked Seri what she wants to do with the devil, and she's like, I just want the devil out of my sight. Like I just want him to stay far away from me. I don't want to do anything to him. I don't want to kill him or anything. And then Ravonna's like, okay, you know what? I got a perfect tool for that. So then she's like, Ravonna's like, you get close to Mephistopheles, you stab him with this knife, and then he will be bound to you in servitude instead. So it's like basically he becomes like your pet, and then you know you can decide what you want to do with him after. So then she did get close to Mephistopheles. And Mephistopheles during this period of time, he was doing some self-reflecting, you know. He was like, why did my employee leave the company and go to another boss? Maybe they had like, you know, better benefits there in the company. Maybe like she was like getting more attention and stuff like. So he was doing some self-reflecting. So then every time so the thing is, she was trying to get on his good side again. So she goes out again, doing bad people stuff that she didn't want to do, but she was just kind of doing it. Doing it to criminals and stuff, but like in a bigger scale, right? So she targets organization groups, targets like cults and stuff like that. So she offends a lot of like different like cults and different groups of organization. But she's like, I don't care, you know. It's Mephistopheles' name. I don't care about like dirtying his name. So she goes around targeting those groups, and then in turn, you know, Mephistopheles is like, okay, you know what, good job, and then he's like thinking, maybe there's a way I can get her to stay, you know, maybe I've been treating the employee like a little bad. So then whenever she does a good job again, he kind of like rewards her with like small gestures of like you know, just head pats and like good job, you know, just being nice to her, being affectionate towards her like she wanted, right? So then this gives her like mixed feelings, because it's like, why is he being so nice to me now, right? But he's like doing some self-reflecting. It's like, I don't know what she wants, but like all of this, he doesn't really have like romantic feelings towards her. He was just doing it because of the sake of doing it. It's like it keeps her bound to like him. So then he's like, he rewards her with like affection, like small little touches on her face. You know, it's kind of cute when you think about it. If you ignore the fact that he's being manipulative and stuff, it's kind of cute. But I'm not saying this relationship is not toxic. It is toxic. So I'm trying to defend myself here, but I can't.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube
So then,
and background. Try 1 month free of charge.
he sort of he sort of like just like, you know, give her what she wants, but then she's like, no, I'm not gonna fall for that, you know, even though, and inside she's like happy that he's finally giving her the attention that she always wanted, but she's like, no, I don't want this anymore, I need to get out. So then comes the day when he was like, what do you want for your reward? Because he can't think of anything else anymore. He was like, I'm running out of ideas, I don't know what to give her anymore. It's like, what do you want? And he's like, can I get a hug? Right, so she gets close to him, but she, in that, during when they were hugging, and then she just stabs him in his neck, on the back of his neck, just a chop, you know. And then she just stabs him in the neck, and then he was like, what the fuck, you know. Spoilers. And so then she just like gives her, well, but it goes longer than this. Like the story goes longer than this. It's like early in the story between her and Mephistopheles. So then she just give a little like stab in the neck. And then he is, then afterwards he got, like, you know, like what Ravonna said, like Mephistopheles was bound to her service afterwards. But she just wants to keep him at bay, right? She just like, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want you in my service or whatever. I just want you to stay away from me. Like, stay the fuck away from me, you know? Just don't contact me ever again. But the thing is, like, sometimes she does need help, so sometimes she has to summon him for stuff like when she needs to get out of tough fights and stuff like that. So then when that happens, like, you know, he obviously appears and is all smart and snarky about it because he's obviously humiliated. That's one. But also because he's so annoyed and angry with her, right? Then afterwards, like, she kind of just like only summons him for this sort of occasions. Yeah, so then whenever he appears, this kind of stuff, he kind of just like grabs her and then pulls her into like a private area, and he was like, when are you gonna release me? That kind of stuff. Like they just have like a talk. like a talk. And she was like, I'm not gonna release you, I just want you far away from me. And he's like, why are you summoning me then? And she's like, I need help. And they're just basically having like their own quarrel and stuff like that. But he's like, obviously you can't get over me, and basically he finds out, like, during this period of time, he finds out that she actually has like a crush on him, and she actually like is very in love with him in a very twisted way. And he's confused because he's like, I've been treating you like shit. Wow, like, why are you even in love with me? But what if I don't care? He's just gonna make use of that, right? But to her, it's kind of like, because he was the only entity that has been around with him for like her whole life, so she doesn't really know how to feel about any of this. So she kind of just like is dependent on him, and it's like kind of falls. Yeah. Get her to therapy, man. But therapy doesn't exist for criminals, so. Yeah. So then the thing is like. So then he finds out that she has a crush on him and stuff like that. So then he kind of just like teases her and, you know, try to get in with her, and like she can't resist because she's like, oh no, I don't want it, but I want it at the same time, right? She's very problematic herself. So, why did I write her like this? If she was smarter, she would have just left him. But I want drama. I want I want drama. Yeah, so then during the period where he was dormant, where she just didn't summon him for anything, he basically was just trying to figure out how to break out of that thingy, that bond between her and him. So he was just trying to figure out like how to get out of it. So then he manages to find a way out. Like, unfortunately, he found a way out, and it was just actually like a simple spell that he could cast. Basically, it's just an enchantment spell that is broken once another enchantment spell was cast on it, and he felt even more humiliated because he's like, why didn't I figure this out sooner, you know? So then his goal is to, you know, get back at her and stuff like that. So one day he just comes and like kidnaps her back into his realm. The man's obsessed with her. Cause he clearly has nothing else to do as a god or a devil or immortal. But there's a reason for this. There's a reason why he's obsessed with her. That's why I say that this is only like the first half of the story. I'm not even like. There's probably like 2/3 more of the story that's happening. So then he captures her back to his realm and stuff like that. They go back to hell, and then she was like, you know what? I can't let you out on Earth anymore because clearly you cannot stay put, and I don't like that. I don't like that you're just running off back to Ravonna for whatever reasons. So you're just gonna stay in hell and you're gonna do my work for me in hell. It's like when your employee shifts you to another department because he's so tired of you running off and I think free breaks and stuff like that, like 2 hours coffee break and stuff. So he was like, okay, you know what, stay in hell, stay in hell. So he basically kidnaps her to hell, and then she basically has to work there. And like her friends, like the people that she was traveling with, just like watch her disappear, like go away, like so they were trying to find her again. Right, so I forgot to mention somewhere at this point that you know, somewhere through her journey of meeting her mentor, she actually finds Xenios again. She manages to find her childhood friend again. That's when like they were adventuring together. They were just doing like adventurous stuff, you know, just fun stuff together, stuff that are not murdering a bunch of people. So she was actually having fun. That's why she wants to go back to them. I was like, when does she meet the real? Yes, I forgot to mention this. Yeah, so she was actually having fun and she wanted to go back to that life, but Mephistopheles is like, no, you stay here and you work overtime. Right. So then, so basically she was just working for him in hell. It's not too bad, you know. She gets to kill demons and stuff. Not devils, but demons. Basically, demons are in my world. They're like kind of like mindless creatures that serve the devils. Like, yeah. So they're like from other factions or from other devils and stuff like that. So yeah, she basically goes around hell, like doing Mephistopheles' work, killing demons and stuff. Sometimes she can't kill devils because they're strong. They're still stronger than her. After all, she's just a human, like a mortal.
That really adds up.
So then but the thing is, she does his work and like try to steal artifacts and stuff, like magic items and stuff like that for Mephistopheles. And then, you know, Mephistopheles is very happy with her work. Again, because she does exceptionally good work. It's just that she doesn't have freedom anymore. So then he was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to treat you a little better. And so then he was like, I know you're in love with me, so he gives her like, you know, sexual favors and stuff like that. And it gets kind of toxic. It gets kind of toxic because he is reminiscent of his previous relationship. So then that in turn makes Seri very sad because he was never and would never see her as an individual. So even if it's just the two of them, like this was like the final straw for her, that she just would never be acknowledged by him, and she was like, okay, I'm very done with everything, right? Even though she was slightly happy when she was working here. Yeah, so then when she was working halfway, a group of friends managed to find her again. They were like, oh my god, we found you. They came to hell and they were like, oh my god, we finally found you. It's like, we were just trying to figure out a way to come to hell because apparently the access is kind of hard to get in, you know. After all, it's hell. It's not like a free entrance to get in. So then she was like, oh shit, you guys are here, and she's like, I have a favor to ask, and it's not an easy favor because she explains to her friends that hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out the scale of this. What's it do? So then, yeah, she's like, she wants a favor from her friends, and her friends are like, okay, tell us what favor. And she's like, I want you to get this sword from Ravonna. It's a sword that destroys one's soul entirely. So, you know, I want you to take that sword and stab me with it. And they were like, what the fuck? And they were like, why? And so she explains that because her soul, technically, because of the pact, it was still bound to Mephistopheles. And she doesn't want him like to have her soul because he would definitely bring her back and make her into like a mindless slave and a puppet, and she doesn't want that kind of life. She doesn't want to disrespect herself like that. But she can disrespect herself for love, apparently. But like, so then she was like, yeah, do that, and also because like she can't leave like hell, where her current soul is bound to hell right now. So she can't leave, so she has to get her friends for help. So then they were like, you know what, this might actually be like the best situation for you, like the best outcome for you to just like have your soul destroyed, right? So then they escaped out of hell. I mean, Seri's power is that her innate powers is that she's able to warp people like from dimensions to dimensions. She's kind of slightly OP, but she's not that OP. So the power that she has is just like being able to move from dimensions to dimension, but she can't use it too much because it's draining to her, and it takes a lot out of her. So usually she just uses it for like short distance traveling, and in combat where it looks like she's teleporting around the map, but like really she's just moving around in different dimensions and then reappearing. So that's her one of her powers. But because she signed a pact with Mephistopheles, she also can use like fire magic. Old fire magic.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube.
Why doesn't
and
she
YouTube
just
Music
go
app
to a dimension
altogether.
where the devil loves her? Like,
Uninterrupted
wait,
videos
you
and
gotta
an app
wait
just
for
for music.
wait for the plot.
YouTube
Okay,
Premium.
wait for
One
it.
subscription,
Wait
2
for
apps.
it.
Try 1 month free of charge.
There's more. I promise there's more. So then comes the time. Now I'm invested. I got questions. Oh. Yeah, that's the thing. Like whenever I start yapping about my OC, everyone gets so invested. Right. So I already wrote from start to finish how these two ends, how they end. Like it's like a closed book. Like I have them written, but I have not started on the main story. I have not started on the main character and how that's gonna progress. But I've got them covered. I've got these side characters covered. That's why I'm invested in them. Alright. So they're like my babies. They're my babies. So then where was I? Right, so she kind of just warps them out of hell, and then Mephistopheles, because it's like technically so in hell there is like different realms in hell as well. So Mephistopheles got his own little realm in hell, and then there's other devils that have their own little realm in hell. So like Lucifer has his own realm. So it's like a mini country pocket dimension kind of thing in hell. So then when people leave the realm, okay, so wait, let me explain why Seri is perfect for hell, because like she can just walk in and out of the realm in hell without being detected because of her own powers. That's why Mephistopheles wants to keep her, right? So then that is why like she is a valued employee to him. So then where was I again? Okay, so when her friends like get out of hell, they get walked out of hell and stuff like that. he notices, it's like, why were there intruders and then they suddenly disappeared? Like, what happened? Like, you let them out, right? So he was obviously very angry about the fact that she didn't eliminate them, and he was like, are you trying to betray me again? You know, it's like he's got trust issues because of what happened before. And then it's like, are you gonna do that again? And then so he basically got kind of like is annoyed, so he just kind of locks her up in like somewhere and just like, okay, you stay here, stay in jail for a while I think about what to do with you. So he goes, he just kind of left her in like jail for a while, like while he does some thinking. So then during this period of him just thinking and stuff, Seri basically became very depressed because obviously he sees her and nothing more as like just someone that does good work for him, and she's like, you know, she's almost like given up on everything. So then this is when like her friends came back to hell, and like with the sword, it's like, oh, Seri, I'm ready, I can stab you now. And mind you, Xenius has a crush on Seri for like the longest time, so he has to stab his crush. He has to stab his crush and also watch his crush like pine over someone that has ruined her life completely. So it was very sad for him to do this. So Mephistopheles senses that there were people in his realm again, so he came to the jail section where they were all gathered there, like a gathering, and then they were like, "Hey, are you gonna stab me with the sword?" So he's completely got like this whole situation like wrong. He had the idea that Seri had asked them to get that sword to kill Mephistopheles. So they engage in a fight. They engage in a fight. They fight, and then they were like, no, we don't want to fight you and stuff like that. And Mephistopheles like, shut the fuck up, you know. And then um basically Seri is just like, you know, can we just move on? Like, can we just move on from this? I don't wanna just I just want all of this to end. So then she kind of tells Xenos to just proceed with stabbing her. So then Xenos just stabs her, and then, you know, her soul just starts to be destroyed by the sword. Then Mephistopheles was kind of shocked. He was like, huh? Didn't you get that sword to stab me? So then this is the part where it's it gets a little bit confusing. It gets a bit involved, right? It explains Mephistopheles' point of view from here. So then Mephistopheles starts getting like a rush of like memories out of nowhere after seeing Seri get stabbed. So then it turns out that he was actually regressed like multiple times, a lot of times, like thousands of times. So then the very first time he was regressed was the timeline where Seri actually died. She was stabbed and she actually died. And then he didn't think much of it at first. But then as he continued on with his life, thousands of years later, he realized that there was no one else who revered him like she did. Everyone else just had like greed in their eyes. They just wanted his powers for personal gains and stuff. Like they just weren't like as earnest as she was, and like didn't love him the way that she did. And he started missing her. Actually, he started missing her. This is like 10,000s of years later, to the point where he started missing her. He missed like the way she would look at him, the way that she would approach him, and like didn't ask much of him, just wanted like his attention. And this is the point where because it's been so long since she died, he forgot how she looks like. She forgot her voice, she forgot like her face. Literally everything about her he has forgotten. The only thing he remembered was just the way she looked at him and the way she made him feel. So then he started to replicate, try to like make illusions of her, like how she looked like and stuff like that. But he could never get it right. He could never get it right. It could be like his her hair color could be wrong. It could be too white, or it could be too blonde. Her eyes were never the right shade as well, because she has this eye. Her eyes are kind of like orangey red. So it's either too orange, too red, or like it's too yellow. And he just can't get it right. And she just looks like a blur to him. And it got so bad to the point where he started hallucinating her ghost around. Like it's just like haunting him. Like he would just see her standing in his hallways and stuff like that. So it got to the point where he actually really missed her and her devotion towards him, her reverence and stuff like that. So she was so like, he didn't realize that how impactful she was to him, because she was what he was looking for all this time. Just one follower that was just devoted to him with everything, right? Because in the past he was actually the god of wisdom, and he fell in love with a demigod that suddenly rose to power, got close to him, and then decided that she was just gonna use him to climb the ranks. So that is why he has like a thing against betrayals really bad. And he has since like shut himself out from trusting people. And that's why, and also like, he being the god of wisdom, he used to have a lot of followers that revered him like he was everything, and he liked that. He liked that reverence he got from his people. And ever since he fell to devilhood, there was no one else that looked at him that way. A lot of people just wanted like his powers for their own gains and stuff like that. A lot of them tend to end up betraying him and stuff like that. And he just thought that she was another one of those, but apparently she wasn't. She genuinely wanted his love and attention. And he didn't realize that until like now, until like thousands of years later. So then during this period of time when he's trying to remember how she looks like, he kind of goes a bit like insane, where he was like trying to get his mind off of this whole situation. So by trying to get her off his mind, he goes around like taking his anger out on other devils. This was a timeline where he actually became the strongest devil in the entire of hell, the entirety of hell. So then he was like, if I'm strong enough with this power, I could actually contest the god of time and still get her powers and go back in time. So the god of time is Ravonna. I forgot to mention that as well. God of time is Ravonna. So and they had history. Ravonna and Mephistopheles were actually friends before, during his time as a god. So then he goes to Ravonna's realm and demands that, tries to fight her, demands that she gives him her powers and stuff. then, but the thing is, like, even though he was he was the strongest devil, but like if so in terms of power level, uh, so gods get their powers from people that believe in them, right? They have faith in them. It doesn't matter whether they have their souls or not. As long as they have faith in them, they get powers. Whereas in devilhood, because no one really believes in them, no one really has faith in them, they get powers from stealing souls. So the amount of souls harvested from people versus the amount of people who have faith in gods, the difference is very stark. That's why devils will always be comparably weaker against gods. So Mephistopheles never stood a chance with Ravonna at all. So Ravonna basically wrecked him in a combat, like in a battle. And he's basically just like all battered up and held back by Ravonna's powers and stuff. He was kneeling at this point. He was forced to kneel in front of Ravonna, and Ravonna just looks at him, his pathetic self, and like he was like he basically was trying to blame everything on Ravonna, saying that she took Seri away from him. She was the one that made Seri betray him and stuff. He was basically like so broken to the point where he was just trying to find ways to console himself, to make him feel like he wasn't the problem here. So then Ravonna is like, no, the fuck. So then she was like, you know what, since we were old friends, I'm gonna do you a favor, right? I'm gonna send you back in time to back to when we were friends, like all the way back, and you can try to right your wrongs, right? But what she doesn't tell him is that she puts him in a loop. She puts him in a loop until he figures it out by himself. That woman is a menace. So she puts him in a loop. Like, just kept repeating this over and over again. So then, the first loop was like, everything happens the same way as it is. It's just that back in the past, Ravonna has taught him like a spell to save mortals by sacrificing one's immortality. So then he was like, at first, he, as a god of wisdom, Mephistopheles was like, why would I need this spell? Like there's no one I need to save. Like, you know, why would I sacrifice my immortality for someone? And she's like, nah, maybe you need it one day, you know. I don't know. And then Ravonna's like, you know, just try to play it cool because she's seen it coming, like she knows it's gonna come. But then the thing is, Mephistopheles repeats the whole thing again, didn't save her, and then realizes it only after thousands of years again later. So then it keeps looping for like thousands of times, like so many times, to the point where in one of these final timeline, right before she was stabbed, his entire being, like, not even before that, even before like all this stabbing and stuff like that, there was a reason why he's so like his being is so obsessed with her in the first place, why he keeps like going back to her. It's because of all this loop, all the loop and all his experiences that was in the body. It's just that it's not expressed, not exactly expressed. It's just that it's not. It's like muscle memory, right? But your memory is just locked. Your memory is closed off, but you don't remember anything, but you have muscle memory. So then, like, why he was so obsessed with her is because of the muscle memory that he has. And he's like, why am I like so like, why do I keep going back to her, right? but he doesn't know why. So that's why in this timeline, he's nicer to her, but he's still not nice, right? But he's nicer to her in a way where he tries to give her what she wants and what she's always wanted. And um which is why he does like certain favors for her, and just try to be nice, but like it's kind of toxic still. But I'm not trying to justify his actions here. I'm just trying to explain why he's so obsessed with her as well. So then, to the point where before she got stabbed, like all his memories just came back to him rushing. But by the time he managed to recover from all of that, like that thousands of lives that he has spent, she was already stabbed, and like unfortunately like part of her soul was already lost. But he then recalls that Ravonna has taught him a spell, like a spell to sacrifice part of his immortality for someone's mortal life to continue living on. So he does that, but that does like huge damage to him. He doesn't become a mortal, it's just that he's just become very injured. So then he saves her, and but then he passes out, and then she does eventually come back to life. Then when she finally woke up, she's like, why am I still alive is one, and also, but like, why is he injured, and why does he look so fucked up, right? Like before she was stabbed, like he didn't look like this before. So then she eventually pieced everything together and figured out that, oh, he actually saved her life. But she's confused, like, why would he do that? Because in her point of view, he has always been a dick to her. Like, he has always been like, didn't really care about her and stuff like that. And like to her, he's like, he doesn't care about her. So then why all of a sudden he decides to do this for her? So then when she's trying to wait for him to be awake again, there are attacks in Mephistopheles' realm, because like several devils have figured out that Mephistopheles is weak right now. So then she has to fend the castle by herself, because everyone else in Mephistopheles' castle, the moment they sensed that he became weak, they ran. They ditched him, and they just ran and deserted him. And so she has to fend the castle by herself. So like she was like injured and stuff like that, and by the time Mephistopheles was awake, she was basically like so battered and so injured that when he looks at her, he was like, oh no, my poor baby, what happened? And he felt so bad, because like he, throughout his entire life of like looping, he was just trying to keep her alive, and now she's on the verge of death again. And then I mean, of course, Seri is like, why do you save me? That kind of stuff. Like, why did you? She basically was asking for answers. Like, why would he go to such lengths to save her and stuff? And Mephistopheles just didn't want to answer her, because like, there's no way she's gonna like believe him that he has lived so many lives, like just looping, trying to like remember her, trying to save her, and being so obsessed with her and stuff. Like, there's no way she's gonna believe that. That's crazy. Who would believe that? I wouldn't believe that. So then he just kept quiet, but he was still glad that she was alive still. But like as of right now, he was weak, and he couldn't do much to keep her safe either. So then they just sat in silence, like they don't really talk much, but they're just in each other's company and stuff. So then one time Seri is like, Seri came back from a battle and she's like almost half dead and she passes out like right before she even reaches back to his side, and he was like, okay, I need to do something. Guess what he does? He contacts Ravonna and is like, bitch, I need your help again, please help me, I can't lose her again, please. And Ravonna is like, haha, you pathetic man. So she's like, okay, you know what, let me just help you again, because you're so sad. It's kind of pitiful. But there's also a reason why Ravonna is helping him. Right, there's a reason why she's helping him too. I will also get into that like later. So then Ravonna's like, okay, you can have like, you know, just have some of my blessings and stuff like that. And just like that, because Mephistopheles is already like an immortal being, by having and being blessed with Ravonna's power, he gets a bigger boost of power than most mortals would. So then that allowed him to be able to take on the enemies that was attacking his realm. Then ever since he defended his realm, the other devils, sorry, let me Alright, one second, I'm back. Right, so the other devils kind of caught wind that Mephistopheles wasn't actually injured, you know, like who the fuck spread this rumor? So everyone stopped attacking him. Yep. Everyone stopped attacking him and they were like, okay, who spread this dumbass rumor? You know, why would you tell us to go fight against the second strongest devil for no reason, right? And then they just kind of stopped all attacks on him afterwards. So then he was trying to nurse her back to health, but he couldn't exactly like do it because he's not exactly a healer. He doesn't know how like human bodies work and stuff like that. So he goes out to Earth, kidnaps a priest, and then basically brings him back to his realm and like, ayo, heal her. Just heal her. And he's like, what? You just kidnapped me just to kill? And he's like, yeah, heal her. So then he kind of got like on okay terms with this priest, even though it's a priest and like he's supposed to be like faithful and stuff. But he's like, at this point he doesn't really care about, like Mephistopheles doesn't really care about his status as a devil anymore. Like he just kind of just wants her alive, that's all. Like, he doesn't care what kind of methods he used to keep her alive. He just wants her alive. Then so basically during this whole period of time it's just a lot of like going back and forth and why like Seri trying to figure out why he saved her and stuff like that. I mean eventually they do talk it out and then he did reveal to her that, you know, he's lived through like a life of like regression and stuff like that. He's been through all of this just to see her alive, just to have her back here with him. And at first she's skeptical, of course, but then eventually she's like, why would he lie about something like that, right? And she also knows that like he's anything but a liar. He's not a liar. So then like she manages to figure out like, okay, like he's actually telling the truth. And then they just, you know, kind of she kind of accepted that he was being sincere and stuff like that. And then, you know, they were happy for a while. They were supposed to be
Listen, you pay
happy
monthly fees for a streaming
after
app and a music
Mephistopheles
app
recovers
and
and
a
stuff like
fitness
that.
app
Like, so
and more
they
money
made
for
a, like
bunch of other
a
apps.
promise
That
or something.
really
Not
adds up.
exactly a promise, but
So why
kind of
not
like,
get YouTube
you know what?
Premium for just
Let's get out of hell.
$13.98?
You know,
It's like
then
having all those
Mephistopheles
and
is
the
like,
entire world of YouTube
I'll
uninterrupted.
go
Your
wherever
wallet will thank
you
you,
wanna go,
if
right?
wallets could
I'll
talk.
just follow you wherever you wanna
YouTube
go.
Premium.
I
Try
just
1 month
like
free of
I don't
charge.
care about an empire. I don't care about a kingdom or souls or whatever. I just want you to be alive, like, and with me. And I don't care whether you're doing your adventuring stuff or whatever. I just want to be with you. So that's when he realized that he really loved her as well. So he just wants to be with her at that point. So they were supposed to be happy. They were supposed to get out of hell to live a happy life together. But before that could happen, there was another fight that broke out, and this time it was led by Lucifer. Well, it's not exactly Lucifer at first, because only like a couple of devils came to the fight, and the two of them managed to, like, you know, they tried to fight Mephistopheles, and then Seri and Mephistopheles like kind of fended them off and stuff like that. But then, just when they thought the battle was over, like, Lucifer just came out of nowhere and just decided to kill Mephistopheles. So then Seri has to watch Mephistopheles die in front of her. And then he's like, oh well, you know, unfortunately we can't live our life together. But you know what? Take my heart. Yeah, take my heart and go live your own life. And yeah, of course Seri is like really sad about this, and Lucifer actually wanted to take like Mephistopheles' power for himself, but then like Seri, in the midst of all of that, she kind of like her emotions kind of just like had an outburst again, and then so she warped like everyone out of the realm except for her and Mephistopheles. So then that's when the whole like sobbing and crying happens, where she's like, no, don't die, you know, we came this far, and you know, we're supposed to be happy. And his Mephistopheles is like he can't do anything about it. He is just gonna die. And so what he did was like he asked for her hand in marriage, and then they got married. It was just a very short ritual. They just kind of got married, and basically what it does is just she would just rise. She would just gain like powers from him, but also like is bound to her like until the end of time. So then he passes on, and then she retrieves like his heart. But his heart isn't like organic, like an organic heart. It's like diamond-shaped looking crystal, and that she just keeps with her. And he said that to consume it and to keep herself safe, but she couldn't consume it because it was like the only thing of him like she has left. So she just keeps it with her at all times. So then Lucifer tries to like over the years, Seri's just depressed and sad, but she was just doing that. And it's a rock. Yeah, it's like a rock kind of crystal. She can't eat no rock. When I say consume, I meant it like, you know, and like kind of like harvest and extract the powers for herself. but yes. So then, over the years down the road, Seri has been like depressed because she watched like the love of her life like kind of die, and then Lucifer decides to be another bitch again, right? He decides to be a little bitch again, and so Ravonna's like, hey, this devil is causing us trouble again. Can you go take a look at what's going on? Sari's like, okay, and her and her party is like, you know, they went to hell again. And the moment she reached hell, she has like this overwhelmingly familiar sense of like this very familiar feeling of this power that she has constantly been around for like the past entire of her life, and she's like, this is too creepy, too eerie, you know. It's because like every devil has like different types of power that she can feel, and she's like, this is too familiar, this is Mephistopheles' power. So it turns out that Lucifer did manage to harvest Mephistopheles' power after Seri has left the realm, but he wasn't able to like retrieve all of it right away. So he spent like the last I don't know how many years just trying to sweep up all of Mephistopheles' power into like a jar or something. We're basically just trying to wrap it all up so that he can contain it all in one place and then summon like Mephistopheles again. So then that's basically what he did. He summoned Mephistopheles again, but because he doesn't have a physical form, he only lasts as long as Lucifer can conjure him up for, like, as long as Lucifer is alive. So then, by being a little bitch, Lucifer is like, I know that girl, you know, that girl is the girl that fought together with you, and I can sense that there's something going on with you. So then he makes Mephistopheles fight Seri. So like they're just fighting on the battle, and then Seri has to like fight her old lover again, and she's like having all these conflicted feelings of not wanting to hurt him, but at the same time it's like she has to get into, like, she has to lock in because like, you know, people's lives are at stake here, and she can't just falter because it's her dead husband, right? But then Mephistopheles eventually starts to realize that something is wrong, because it's like, at first he didn't have any memories, and but then the more he started fighting her, the more he starts to remember her, and he's like, his memories are all a mess. He's like, you know, that he's trying to figure out who she is and who she was and why she's got like his mark on her, that kind of stuff. Like why she's so, like, who is this person, right? Why does she have my powers? That kind of feeling. So then he eventually finds out who she is on the battlefield. They stop fighting, and eventually he turns over to her side, and then they take on Lucifer. Like him, and her group of friends, they take on Lucifer together. They manage to defeat Lucifer because, like I mentioned before, devils aren't that strong. They're not that strong compared to gods, so, but they're still comparably strong to mortals. It's just that they had Mephistopheles on their side, so they had a winning chance. Otherwise, they wouldn't have stood a chance at all. So Ravonna probably saw it coming, and Ravonna's like, "Let's put you into more trauma! Yay, yippee, for fun!" And then, yeah, so they fought against Lucifer, but then because Lucifer is now dead, Mephistopheles can't stay alive, so he has to watch him die again for the second time. And that's when she became truly, like, dead inside, like, truly no more will to live. So she's just living on as like a puppet at this point, doing work, but she and trying to repent for all the stuff that she's trying to do, that she did in the past, you know, like all the mass murder and arson and stuff. So she just tries to repent for all of those things that she did. But she truly had no will to live, so she's just going to battle and fighting, just hoping that one day someone would kill her, and so she could like just die. And then the thing is, it does happen. Like eventually she got assassinated by one of the guys, someone that she killed before, relatives. They're one of the relatives of someone that she killed just came and stabbed her, and then they thought they had like a very satisfying revenge and stuff, but in the end it was like, oh, you know what, thanks for doing this for me. And they end up very confused because they're like, why are you thanking me and stuff like that. And that ended up with like Seri just like going off, like her story ends there, like she dies. Like she eventually passes on Mephistopheles' heart to Ravonna as an offering, and then she returns back to hell, and that's where she decides to rest, like put her body to rest, because that's where she feels the most comfortable. So her whole character, Seri, her whole character revolves around the devil, and the devil is well, I want to say his whole existence revolves around Seri, but it's not. It's like he kind of fell in love with her after and became obsessed with her after. So that's their whole story. That's the from start to end Seri story. And this is why I say it's gonna take me like hours just to talk about her, because it's been 1.5 hours. And I haven't started studying. I sketched this like an hour ago. But yes, but it was entertaining. Yeah, I get that. I get that quite a bit. Yeah, but then so if you want to know about Seph's point of view, Seph, her twin brother. So Seph is so after the part where Seri went on a rampage, right, and killed everyone, like burned everyone down in the village. Hold on, let me pick colors. Alright, so after everyone got burned down in the village and stuff like that, Seph managed to escape, not escape, but managed to come out of the explosion alive. But he felt like extremely betrayed that she burned him as well, like because he was unfortunately caught in the crossfire. So then he was just trying to walk away from the mess and the explosion, and then some of the surviving villagers found Seph and they were like, that's him, that's her, you know, that's the witch that burned our whole village. So he was framed for Seri's actions. So as he was like trying to walk away, he was struggling as well. But then like they caught him and they kind of like tried to torture him and stuff, broke his arms or his legs, and Zen was unfortunately there to witness all of this.
YouTube
It
Premium
was very
is
traumatizing
ad-free
for Zen.
YouTube.
So
And
Seph
background
was
so you can watch videos
basically
while reading,
had his
searching,
arms and
shopping.
legs like,
YouTube Premium.
well, he had
It's
his arm
way more
broken,
than
but
ad-free.
they almost broke his leg.
Try 1
but
month free of charge.
he fended them off with his own magic, his own innate magics from the Imitar essence. So his innate power is water, so he's able to cut people with water and stuff like that. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So then, Seth was then... He eventually just went missing. In Zen's point of view, he went missing. But then, because all of this was, you know, the town was burning and stuff like that, Seth basically just was just wandering around with a broken arm. But he was eventually picked up by one of these Zodiacs that I mentioned before earlier on. He was picked up by one of them. So what these Zodiacs had in mind was that they wanted to be the only gods in the world, because they realized that they had powers, like very, very, very strong powers ever since the meteorite landed on Earth. So then ever since then, like thousands of years, like hundreds and thousands of years ago, their powers have just been growing. Like they have stabilized because of the meteorite, but then their powers have been growing because of it. So then Seth was adopted by one of the Zodiacs. He came across him and he was just walking like injured and stuff like that, and one took pity on him because it reminded him of himself, like when he was like beaten up and battered and stuff. It was kind of like a sorry sight to witness. So one took pity on Seth and took him in. So Seth is a villain, one of the villains in this main story. So because he was working with these guys, like trying to take over gods and stuff like that, he was working with this organization. But they are like sort of like a hidden organization. Like they're not like a cult or anything. They just it's their own organization, like their rogue organization. So then he basically was just going around getting in, like Seth eventually gets intel for everyone, like yeah, the Zodiacs and stuff like that from everywhere. So literally they're like, he's like just like a spy and stuff, like gathering, going around gathering information. But he's also like an assassin that takes care of certain groups and cults where he needs to. Like let's say one gives him an order to take out this church, like this church of people. He just does it nonchalantly because Seth doesn't like humans anymore. Like ever since that incident, he just hates all humans. He wants all humans to die. So their goals kind of align, not exactly, but it kind of fits in well. And he fits in the group well. It's just that he wants all humans to die, but the group of Zodiacs, they want all gods to die. Right? It's like it kind of aligns, but it doesn't. So he doesn't mind doing the dirty work for them. So that's a Seth story at the moment. I haven't developed him much yet, but he is said to be one of the main villains in the story, one of the main antagonists. And then for why I say Ravonna wants to help Mephistopheles is because of her past relationship. Before she became a god, she was a human who was also, you know, into shitty men. So she had like a similar relationship in her human life that kind of mirrored what was going on with Seri and Mephistopheles. That's why she took pity on them. She kind of was like, you guys remind me of my past, so I want to help you as much as I can. But the thing is, she can't meddle much with the events because it's just how things are supposed to be played out. And her as a goddess of time, she's not meant to resolve everyone's problems. She's just there to maintain the timeline and make sure everything's in order. Yeah. But yeah, that's the gist of my OCs, and I am so behind on the study. I have been yapping for almost 2 hours now. I should have been done with this sooner.
With YouTube Music Premium, listen ad-free, offline, and in the background. Plus, download podcasts for listening on the move. Try 1 month free of charge.
I feel it's fun going on a rant about your OC. It's fun. It is. Especially when you have like a whole lore built for them and stuff. It's fun to talk about them. I want to make webcomic, like do a webcomic for them. I just finished my page 2. I will do it on your Discord if you want to see it. Oh, okay. I'll see it later. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. I just gotta get this finished. Just study. I'm gonna head to bed now. It's about to be 2 a.m. Damn. Okay. Hope you have fun listening to me. Yep. Good night. Oh shit, get out in 4 hours for. Oh damn. Okay. Good night. Have a good rest. Bye bye. Good night, rest well, bye bye. that's an awesome reference. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back to the stream. I have been yapping for the past 2 hours and I haven't done anything but yap, so I'm just done yapping and finally doing studies.
With YouTube Music Premium,
I should
listen to ad-free
stop
songs
yapping
anywhere.
in my
Try
study
1 month
streams.
free of
I should
charge.
put in like a ask me about my OCs next time because I wanna do studies and I'm on time limit. Like a disclaimer. I don't know if I want to put her in a shirt though. Maybe I'll just make her like... Oh, okay. I won't bother you much today. It looks awesome and gives me motivation to keep working in my painting, so I'll look and walk along to the stream. No, you can bother me, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Talk to me. I like company. But if you wanna look, go ahead. I don't mind either. Thank you for coming though. Saying hi. It's just that when I talk about my OCs, I just kind of go off tangent for quite a bit. I'd start rambling for 2 hours and I get nothing done because I can't multitask. It's not a good habit. But if you want to ask me like art tips, art questions, anything, I'm good. I'm good with those. I can multitask when I do that. Because like for my OCs and stuff, I have to think from my head because I don't have them written in a Google Doc. Like they're all stored in my brain, so I have to think. So then my brain just I can't multitask. Sure, it's no problem. I love being here. I don't like drawing alone because I end up doing other things. So it's perfect. Yeah, yeah. I get you. I get you. I also end up doing other things when I'm not drawing. Such a bad habit for me. I'm struggling with this piece so much. I think I just have to finish it and leave it behind me. Lord, I've been on it days and still have so many anatomy problems to solve. I mean, if you think a few days is too long for you, then yeah, you should move on. But if you're just trying to perfect it, I think days would be okay. I think days is okay. I've spent like 3 weeks on a piece, so. But if it's just studies, I wouldn't go as far as to try to perfect it. Like I would instead try to finish it as soon as possible because it's just a study. But let's say if it's a piece that you're trying to perfect, like a piece that you're just trying to work on and try to make the best of it because it's something that you created by yourself, then yeah, I think few days is not too bad yet. You can probably spend more time on it if you want to. But of course, if I mean, my advice is not like the best as well. If you think it's too long, then yeah, I think you can move on. Or if you want, you can also share in the Discord. I can take a look and I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It usually takes me about a month to finish since I love working on details, but I usually have the anatomy down after a few days. I cannot for the life of me figure out the hands and leg position. If you don't mind, you can send it on Discord. I can take a look at it, and then maybe we can figure out what's going on, and then maybe we can fix it together. But I understand. Anatomy is always like a problem to me as well. I love that, but please work on your study first. I'm in no rush and you say you're behind on your work. I am behind on my work. But it's okay. I do anything but like work. Which is like a bad habit. I procrastinate too much. I'm glad you feel that. Well, good thing about this piece is that I don't have to paint the eyes, so hopefully I'll be faster. I'm gonna have to paint the butterflies too. Shit. This is the right channel for these. Okay. Got the lighting down so fast. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out before I blend everything. Oh, this part. Do you want me to do the critique on stream, or do you want me to do it offline? I could do it now if you want me to. If you're not comfortable with it, then I can do it offline. I don't mind being on stream, but I feel horrible for taking your time. It's fine. I'll just finish this like at night or something. I love the way you rendered the face though. Oh, this is huge. What the? 6,000 pixels? Damn. Right. So, I can see. Oh, okay. Let's see. I think the leg is fine. Right. But what I would do is. I would probably remove this hand. And then this one. So the thing is, this perspective is how do I put it? This perspective is, let's see, where's your eye level? Eye level will be here. Oh, oops. here. Here. No. Because you're looking up at her. So eye level should be here. Yes, here. Hold on, let me decipher. Okay, eye level should be around here. Oops. Here. Here, 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 here. Somewhere here, okay. Somewhere here. So if you determine the eye level here, what I would do is I would change the legs here. Because it's closer to the camera, so I want it to be bigger. So then this part will look a bit more flat. Then you can see the bottom part of it, and also the calves will be here. Maybe like that. Right. And then because the hand you're looking upwards like that, you're looking in this sort of angle, you're looking upwards on her, so you'll be able to see this arm like that, going upwards like that. And what I like to do is, because this is like a composition piece, I like to point it back at her and create shapes like this, like triangular shapes. And then for her this hand, maybe you can put it like that, like beside her as well, like over here, like this way. Or maybe not. Maybe you can raise it up above her head. I think raising it up would look good. Raising it up like that. Like that. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe you could do something like that. So arm this way, and then because it's like that, this should be forward, and then this should be backwards. Then raise it up a little bit this way. Then I feel like this brush would be better. Okay, so like that. But you're only asking for anatomy, so I'm just gonna fix just the anatomy. I wouldn't say fix, but like probably give advice on how to do the anatomy. So then the hand will be here like that. Sorry, I'm not the best at drawing hands either. So like that. Then you can put the orange like in her hands here. If you see other mistakes, feel free to mention them. I'm okay with any critiques since I hate this piece already. No, don't hate it. I like it though. I like it. I like the way that it's going. I see the vision. I see the vision. Well, at least this is what I would do. Yeah, so I think maybe something like this would be better. Because by doing this, what I like to do with my artworks is I like to create guiding lines. So by doing this, you get a guiding line here. Hold on. Let me fix it a little bit. Create a guiding line here this way. This way down, this way down, and then you create like this way. And then for this thing here, what I would do is I would just change the direction of it, pointing it towards her instead, like this way. Yeah. And then her hair, what I would do also, so I would also do the same thing, like make it so that everything goes back to her. Go back to her this way. This way. Because by creating these sort of lines, it makes like your artwork look more. It's like trying to guide the viewer's eyes to where it's supposed to look at. So you can create like this sort of lines going back towards her. You see my vision? You get me? Yeah. So cover this up. But so far I really like the perspective you have going on. Maybe I would just liquefy this part a little bit. This part, maybe push it in a little bit. Because when she's arching backwards, maybe her stomach will be flatter. Stomach will be flatter this way. Like that. Just a little bit. Yeah, so this is just what I would do. Just maybe you could add like let's see what can you add. Maybe you can make it go under her, this red strip. So it creates like kind of like a this sort of line towards her. The hair previously was really messy and you didn't know where to look, but when you direct it to the face, it makes the focal point clear. Yep, yep. So that's what I like to do with my artworks. I like to use a lot of lines to guide it back to the face. So like even in this instance where the body is arched this way, I would try to push it further. I would try to push it further like this. Push it further like this so that it's the line is like in hold on. So that so that like hold on. Okay, okay. So that it would look a lot more like it's this way, right? The line of action, it's more towards this way, so that it's pushed to look like the midline is this way and then it points back to her face. And then for the background as well, I would also maybe do something like why do I have so many? Okay. I also do maybe something like I don't know what this is supposed to be, but probably stuff, background stuff. I don't know. But also, I would try to point it back towards her, like use guiding lines to point back towards her. So then now you have a clearer idea of where to look at. So everyone now, like people who look at this piece, they will have like a, the first thing they'll look at is towards the eyes because everything is leading back to the face. Yeah. Let me just screenshot this and send it back on the Discord. But also because I think this arm might be a bit wonky. Because this arm is behind her, so maybe more like that. Yeah, much better. I like that when you flip it, it looks good though. I really like the eyes and the face that you got going on. It looks really good. Are you working on an iPad or do you do like Photoshop? This looks really nice. Thank you for sharing. It's on Procreate, damn. You're a pro. I can't do that. I can't do that on Procreate. Thank you so much. Really means a lot to me. I will kind of hopefully this piece will come together indeed. I hope you finish it because it looks really good. It looks really, really good. Thank you for sharing. Really liked it. I'm sure you can. Photoshop is much more complex compared to Procreate. I wanted to move to Photoshop a few times, but each time I was discouraged by the amount of things you have to learn in order to use it. I think it's because like I'm used to a keyboard and a mouse, but I'm not used to drawing with just fingers. Yeah, that's the only thing that's keeping me back because I can't draw without my keyboard. But otherwise, I think Procreate is a really good tool, especially when you're moving around. When you're moving around and like just on transport or whatsoever stuff like that, like you can just draw on the go. It's something I really like about Photoshop. I mean Procreate. Something I wish I can do with Photoshop, which is to bring my PC around, but fortunately we don't have that luxury. Do you maybe have any tips on how to critique yourself? It sounds dumb, but I have a problem identifying what's wrong with the piece. Like I know something doesn't look right, but I can't put my finger on what. Haha. Um, it's always good to revert back to basics. Like you know the way I identified your issue earlier? Like the first thing I said was where's the horizon line? So the horizon line is basically your eye level. So when you want to identify something is wrong with your perspective or anatomy, try to identify where your eye level is first. So when you figure out where your eye level is, then everything else makes sense, right? Because like certain things that are supposed to be looking upwards are not looking upwards, or like some certain things that are supposed to be looking downwards, you're not looking downwards, that kind of stuff. So like for this piece that I'm working on, like over here, horizon line would be somewhat here in the middle, because when you look at this portrait, I can see the bottom of the chin here. I can see the bottom of the lips, bottom of the nose. It's like I'm looking up here, but then over here downwards, I can see the top of the chest. I can see this part. I can see the shadow. I mean the shoulders and stuff this way. So go back to your basics, and then you can figure out what's going on, like what's wrong with your artwork. By doing so, like just by identifying the eye level, then you will know where's the perspective and stuff like that, how to work with the perspective. Like for example, if I look at this right now, like just looking at this, I know the head is a little bit big, but I'll fix that later because it's not too big of an issue. Like if I just do this, let me just cut it out. Head is a bit big, yeah. So I become numb to my mistakes. I think it's because you look at the piece for too long. But then if you eventually come back to it again, I think you'll be able to identify what's wrong like better. You know, get what I mean? Sometimes you just need to look away from the artwork for a while, and then it should be good. It makes sense. I've never thought about horizon line when painting. I must get so caught up in rendering that I forgot the composition and anatomy. Thank you. Yes, yes. Sometimes that's a lot of like people's mistakes is that they tend to just go straight into rendering without considering much about the foundations. It's like put it this way, it's like when you're building a house, right? You need to have good foundations for the house to last long. Even if like even if you're rendering like your decor on the house, like the painting and stuff, is not done well, at least the foundation is strong. People can see that it's a good house. But let's say if you have a weak foundation for the house, like let's say you built it on like sticks and straws and whatsoever, but you paint it really nicely. You do like the decor really nicely. You decorate the place really well. You do like really good rustic like kind of like paint on it, or you could do like those baroque sort of like design on that house. People will still be able to tell that the foundations are not there, even if the rendering is done well. Like you get what I mean. So the good thing is to always fall back on your basics and foundations. If something looks off, it means something is off when you were constructing the piece. It could mean that the perspective is wrong, the anatomy is wrong, you know. Even if the rendering is good, if something looks off, then yeah, just fall back on those. Then you'll be able to identify the problem. makes sense. Yeah. I think it makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense. But that's basically how I view like drawing, right? Foundations are always very important. Because when I look at art and I see good, like really good art sometimes, I will inspect their foundations. I'll look at their anatomy, their foundations. They could have good rendering, but they might not have good basics and foundation, which is what makes them fall behind. To make a good, to make an artwork shine, I think you need to have very good foundations. But that's from an artist's point of view, right? Because in general, a lot of people from the public, they don't really care as long as it looks good, because they don't really understand. But for me, I think it's important. As an artist, I think it's important to make your art have good foundations. Like, if I were to show you something I did last year, I don't have good. I don't have good color theory, right? Color theory is a basic skill as well. It's not good, and I don't exactly have like the best anatomy as well. Don't have the best understanding of lighting, so it looks like it's trash, right? Like take this for example. I have no proper understanding of how shadows and light work. Like this area here, it blends in. It blends in here, and then like this thing is lit up, but there is no light here, right? Even though like the rendering is done, the rendering is done pretty well. Like I would say it's not bad, the rendering, but like there's a lot of foundations lacking in this. For example, there is light hitting on the face here, but why is there no light hitting here? This area. In fact, this whole area should be lit up. This whole area, right? So when you think about it this way, when you look back at the foundations, like it's just it's easier to identify when you have strong foundations on how to critique your own work. Because when I look at this, there's a lot of things that can be fixed. Like look at this, I rendered the hand really nicely, but everything else looks like crap because I don't have proper foundations for this. Right? Yeah. For example, this piece as well. What other piece did I do? I did do this one as well. Yeah. This one just looks out of place. This one just looks out of place from the background. Because first of all, the lighting and the shadows don't match. It doesn't match this piece. Lighting is so strong, background has a lot of light, but it's not reflecting the light. And it just looks awful. This was last year. Just last year. Yeah. Yeah, you explain it so well. I think I should do some studies, have a reference while painting, since I don't do that lol. Yeah, it's always good to have references when painting. I think that's something that I learned like this year as well. It's always like nice to have a reference to fall back to, so at least you know how the lighting, how the colors and how everything should blend in together, right? Because I used to not paint with references as well. It just looks like crap, and I don't have like the best foundation. Never say your art is trash, you improve so much in only a year, but yeah, the lighting is not consistent there and the values are a bit messy. I see what you mean. Happens to me a lot when I zoom in, yep, yeah. So you get what I mean, yeah. We can be our biggest critics if we learn. So the thing is if you don't know what's going on with your work, like you can't figure it out, right? It means that you are stagnating, and that's not something that a lot of artists want. Like the worst thing that can happen to an artist is to stagnate, because you always want to be learning. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of artists out there that are still like learning, even though they're really good. Like for me, I don't want to stagnate because I want to constantly improve. So if you're able to identify your artworks and the flaws in your artworks, that means it's a good sign. It's a very good sign that you are able to figure it out. Like when you say that you have problems with the anatomy, like you're figuring out the anatomy, you think that it's like looking a bit wrong and stuff like that, then that's a good sign because you know something is off. It's just that you have to work on your understanding of foundations, that's all. Oh, hello Akitsu. Thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Ness. I draw. I'm a drawer, and currently I'm doing studies. I'm on a 100-day pilgrimage where I am trying to do 100 days of studies. So today is day 4, and I am just painting with this reference. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. Welcome to the stream. How was your stream, Akitsu? Give a shout out to Akitsu. Thank you, thank you. I'm not a good drawer. I'm just a drawer. Welcome to the stream. Were you drawing? Were you playing games? What were you doing? How was stream? Was it good for you? That was a decent stream, going for a deathless 100% achievement on Hollow Knight. Lost a 7-hour run but got pretty far again. Damn. You are a crazy, crazy person. Were you doing Steel Soul Run? It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, on Hollow Knight, I guess it's okay. But if you were doing on Silk Song though, I'd say you are crazy, crazy for real. I think Steel Soul Run in Hollow Knight is still okay. Steel Soul Run in Silk Song, might have to think about your life choices. Might not be a very good choice if you decide to do Steel Soul Run in Silk Song. How far did you get in for Hollow Knight though? For the run. Also, don't let me keep you back if you need to leave. You need to hydrate and stuff. Go and rest. You know, if you need to go, you can leave. Thank you, Raiders, for joining the stream. But if you guys need to leave, go ahead. Don't let me keep you. Going for every achievement on HK before I start Silk Song, only need 3 more. Damn, what a baller. Then you would have just completed tutorial for Silk Song. Hollow Knight is the true tutorial to Silk Song. Have you done Pantheon? You should do Pantheon before you do Silk Song too. Pantheon is... oof. I think that's where you unlock the true ending for Hollow Knight as well. When you do Pantheon. I died to traitor lot because I let it corner me by accident. Damn. No, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I never tried a Deathless run or Hollow Knight because I'm just too bad at it. It's just a skill issue. It's just me. I'll be the first 4, so you have to beat the 5th one for the achievement. Ah, good luck, good luck, good luck. The 5th one is just, oh. I haven't beaten the 5th one either. I think I only beat like 4, 2. Same as you. Leaving it for last? Yeah. It's fun though. It's fun, but oh my god, it does get infuriating sometimes. But the game is so good. Have you played it before, or like is this your first time playing? You have to have played it before, right? Because there's no way you're attempting Steel Soul Run on your first time playing Hollow Knight. I mean, I don't even know what to say if it's your first time. You must be really good at games. I bought the game 2 weeks ago and played beat it for the first time in 24 hours stream. Oh my god. You are crazy. Crazy, crazy person. I played the game 7 years ago. I'm not good at it. I never tried to be better at it, but I'm glad to know people like you exist. Crazy people. I've never attempted Steel Soul Run and I don't think I ever will because I just know I would die. Have you attempted Path of Pain? I'm pretty sure you have, right? I beat Path of Pain last night. Wow. Yeah, just flex on me like that. Yeah, just keep rubbing it in my face. Yeah. Wow. No flex. Oh yeah. Only took me like a week to finish Path of Pain. Yeah. Yeah. No biggie. No biggie. No biggie for me. I'm kidding. I hope you had fun though. I hope you had fun. I hope you're enjoying the game because it's a really good, really really good platformer game. I feel like I have to and don't emphasize it enough to other people how good of a game Hollow Knight is, especially with the lore and stuff as well. Is amazing, just amazing. Just I don't know. So it's just a masterpiece of it, like by itself. There's no other game that can beat Hollow Knight. It's so good that there are people trying to like make different copies of the game, like not exactly copies, but they were so inspired by it that they make their own game out of it, but still not as good as Hollow Knight. It's like when Sekiro came out and then everyone wanted to do that whole parry mechanic thing, like Lies of P and stuff. But nothing can beat Sekiro, you know? Nothing could beat that. I'm alone has so lots of time to be persistent, lol. I didn't expect so much out of it. No wonder it took 8 years for Silk Song. Yeah. So I was just telling my friends that so yeah, the thing is Hollow Knight is huge, right? So then people who only touch like the surface of it, like just beat like the first boss, like they're just missing out the rest of it. But then, like for Silksong, I think what happened to them was that they actually finished development up until Act 2. I believe so. I believe that's what happened because I just beat Act 2 last night. So I believe that they just developed until Act 2 and then they were supposed to set it for release on 2022, 2021 during those time period, but then they ghosted everyone afterwards. So what I think was that when Act 2 finished, like when you beat the boss, they're probably thinking like there's not enough content, you know? It's not enough. Because that's what I felt when I finished Act 2. Although I did finish like majority of the quests and stuff like that, but just wasn't enough content. So then I think that's why they took like multiple years like to just ghost everyone and just decided to work on the game even more. And then there's Act 3. So there are 3 acts in this game. And it's crazy huge. I appreciate them for it. It's just a 3-man team as well. Three-man team for this amount of like for this amount of content is crazy. Team Cherry definitely deserves their flowers for sure. I heard that they were going back into development for the 3rd game already. And I love that. At this point, I feel like they're not even doing it for the money, they're just doing it for passion. And I really like that a lot. That's something I appreciate about like indie companies. So they always do it for passion. Like the guy for Stardew Valley, what's his name again? Concern Ape, is it? That guy also does like his games as like for passion, and it's something that I really admire indie creators for. Oh, this is an OST from Silksong. I really like this. Oh, I really like the music so much. I like that it's putting AAA Studios on Fraud Watch. It's so true though. Team Cherry be like, hey yo, we spent 8 years on this. Come spend $20 for something that has 60, 80 hours of content on it. Meanwhile, AAA games are like, AAA games are like, oh, I spent like 10 years on this. The amount of time you spend in the game should only max out to 20 hours. Please give me some money. Literally. Maybe I should just ditch the shirt and then just Yeah. Yeah, I think I should. Then just do this. Done. Right. Beautiful. My philosophy is that I should get an hour of play from every dollar that I spend on a game. So a $60 game should be entertaining for at least 60 hours. HK blows that out of the water. Ideally, there are some exceptions. It's true, but like there are a lot of games that I spend about like $80 on. Um, $80, $60 and stuff, but then I finish a game in like 30 hours. It's not fair. I just think the price of games is going up and the quality is going out. So true. So true. I barely buy games nowadays because of that. Silk Song is just, I don't know, they just don't make games like they used to back then. Like, tell me where I can find a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 or like games like Dying Light 2, Dying Light. Like, how do I get those games back? It's just they just don't make games like they used to, you know. I really enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2. I also enjoyed Dying Light 2 a lot as well. Let's see what other games I've played. Mostly a lot of like older games actually. They just don't make games like that anymore. Like Nier Automata as well. Nier Automata was good. But like this, they just don't have games like that anymore. Indie games are looking better by the year, even franchises become worse. Like Assassin's Creed has just been worse every release. It's true, it's true. I'm not denying it. It's like I don't know why. Like they have so much more budget than they did like previous year and stuff like that, but they just how does the quality just keep going down instead of getting better? Just don't understand. Like even what's that game called? I've been playing WoWlands with my boyfriend. WoWlands is good too, but I heard that Breakpoint, their new game, is like worse. It's like worse compared to um WoWlands. It's like how would you you could literally make the same game. You how do you how do you fuck that up? They also have incredible tools for development. Unity and Unreal Engine are so advanced and you can make so much. Precisely. The last time I used Unity, they don't even have half the tools of what they have now. And now it's just like, it's literally like everywhere, you know? It's like, it's so easy to make games now, but you just, how do you just mess it up? There are just no good games anymore. And then Silksong came along and I'm like, oh, humanity is restored. Alright, I wanna do the butterflies later. I wanna do the hair first. Her hair is fun. Hold on. Yep. I don't know. Games nowadays just don't excite me. This is also a OST from Silksong. So good. So good. It's been so long since I put a lot of hours into a game. Hollow Knight and Silksong are gonna keep me occupied for a long time. And the best part is that you keep replaying it because it's just that good. Like even for me, I've replayed like Hollow Knight like 3 times and I never got bored because it's so good. And you always strive to be better in the game. It's like you finish one boss, and then you're like, I wanna do it better this time. I wanna do like a cleaner run and stuff. So you just keep going back to the game. I hope you enjoy Silksong though, because it's so good. To give you a bit of lore on Hollow Knight, Silksong was supposed to be a DLC for Hollow Knight. That's why they were set to release it in like 2019 as a DLC. Was it 2018 or 2019? I can't remember. Everyone was so hyped about it. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, Silksong DLC, DLC! You get to play as Hornet and stuff." And like, everyone was really happy with that. But then they went AWOL for a while, and then they were like, "Okay, you know what? This game is actually really huge." So they announced that they were gonna release it as a full game instead, and everyone was crazy hyped about it. And then they said it's set to release in 2011, 2022. But I think they saw some issues with producing the game, probably because they thought it wasn't up to their standards or something. Because when I finished Act 2, the moment I finished Act 2, I realized, I thought like, this is not enough. This is not enough. Definitely not enough. Maybe I think what could have happened is that they probably developed Act 3 after uh, deciding on the release date for Silksong. So then after that, then they uh, decided that they want to delay the project, and then we've heard no announcement from them whatsoever until like recently, like last year. They dropped something like, "Oh, Silksong is still in development. Don't worry, trust us and stuff." And we're like, "Okay, okay, we'll trust, trust the process, right?" And then this year, then they set for release, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's like it's crazy." And then that's why all the Silksong hype came about, because there are a lot of like longtime fans just waiting for this moment. People like me, people like my uh well, actually it's just me. Oh, like my friends, yeah, my friends have also been waiting for the game for really long. That's why I'm really happy that Silksong got released and it's not an abandoned project. Really glad that they didn't abandon it. Eventually I'm going to want to do a Radiant run. We have to no-hit every boss in HK, yeah. Radiant run is something that everyone has experienced before. Well, not everyone, but majority of us. I, ooh, I think I Radiant like half, but then I couldn't find the motivation to do the other half. Mm, the Mantis Sisters of Battle was one of my most favorite fight of all time. This is also a Hollow Knight, I mean a Silksong OST. I just love the music so much, it's so good. Christopher Larkin does really good work on the music. It's really, really good. Man, this feels so clean, so bouncy and rhythmic. Same with NKG. NKG. Nightmare King Grim. Yeah. Grim was very fun to fight. I just enjoy Hollow Knight a lot. It's a really good game. Ah, when will another masterpiece like this appear again? Probably never. I don't think I ever liked a game this much before. My phone is dying. I stayed up too late, so I'm gonna head out. Thank you for the conversation. No, thank you for dropping by and thank you for the raid. See you soon. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy Hollow Knight. For the rest of your day tomorrow. Enjoy your night too. Have a good rest. Bye. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you. Have a good rest. Bye. Oh my god, I'm glitching out. Oh, I left for like 10 minutes and you made so much progress. No, 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 no. Barely any progress, I feel. I feel like it could be more. I feel like it could be more progress. But that's just the perfectionist me speaking. Don't mind me. Do you draw the ear only to cover it up again? I know, right? I need to stop doing that. Alright, right. Okay, wait. Okay, watch this. Okay. I need to stop doing that, like, seriously. Okay. Boop. Oh, wait. Boop. Okay. I should actually, hold on. I should actually do this. Wait. Oh shit. I erased something I shouldn't have. Alright. I think this is where I stop for today. I got a dip for dinners. So yeah, I'll be back at night though to finish this up. I'm not sure if you'll be around, but I will be back. Just got a dip for dinners. I gotta make the ear blend with the background now. I mean with the hair. Ah, okay. I'll figure it out like later or something. I think it's just funny that every time I draw her ear, I just cover it up. It's like the same thing when I draw her eyes because like her hair is always covering her eyes. So then I always end up covering it as well. We did super well today. Not sure I'll be around then since it'll be super late, but we'll see. Thank you so much for the stream and the critic again. No worries. I will see you maybe tomorrow. Then, if you can't make it for tonight, then I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, I will stop here. Thank you. Should I?